Roofers, I know you probably love your material supplier and the lunches that they pay for and the trips that they reward you with, but it can quickly go from your best friend to your worst enemy if you rely on their credit line to run your business. You as a roofing contractor are tasked with navigating a labyrinth of financial management intricacies, at the center of which often lies the notoriously slow insurance claim process and collecting checks. And this is where the problems can start. Now, before we jump in, our goal here is to put out helpful and educational content so that contractors can avoid a lot of the pain and stress that I've gone through as a contractor for 15 years. So please help the algorithm serve this up to more contractors like you. Mash that like and subscribe button. And please, if you know someone who needs this info now, please share our channel. Let's set the scene a little bit. Your roofing company does fantastic work, doing repairs, replacements, all that good stuff. Your customer service is just top notch. But the catch is your payment doesn't come as soon as your job is done. Instead, you're stuck waiting for insurance claim checks to arrive, and these checks, put it lightly, are in no rush to reach you. So in the interim, where does the money to run your business operations come from? What I've found in talking to a lot of contractors, and I've been guilty of it myself, they heavily rely on their credit line at the material supplier to cover their operational expenses. And essentially, you're borrowing from your future income to meet your present financial obligations. And that is a tightrope walk that might work for a while, but it is an inherently unstable position. So what's the big risk? Let's talk about sales fluctuations, because that's really where people get in trouble with this. Business, as we all know, can be a roller coaster. There's busy seasons with sales through the roof, and then there's just quieter times when the phone stops ringing and sales can drop. Maybe you lose a top performer, whatever the case may be. But your expenses are like a freight train rolling down the track. They're coming no matter what. When the balance tips, that's really when things start to get dicey. So imagine a situation where your sales take a hit. Insurance claim checks are still processing. There's mortgage companies that are all over the place. You got money on the street, but your expenses are piling up. All of a sudden, your credit line's maxed out. Suppliers get a little wary of letting you buy material due to outstanding bills, and you start having difficulty making payroll. So the trust between you and your supplier erodes, your crew becomes disgruntled. You find yourself and your business standing kind of on the edge of a financial abyss. And that is a sobering reality of the rob Peter to pay Paul scenario that we see all too often in the roofing industry. And it's a short-term solution that can really lead to long-term problems that can be nearly impossible to get out of. And it creates this house of cards that can just collapse with the slightest financial headwind. And I'm speaking from experience here. In my 15 years as a contractor here in DFW, there have been multiple breakpoints in my business where I thought the music had stopped. Now, luckily, I clawed my way out of it, but many are not so fortunate. And I don't want this video to be all doom and gloom, because there's some things you can do about it. The key to avoiding this situation lies in kind of proper financial planning and strategic decision making. So it's really crucial to diversify your revenue streams and not rely solely on insurance jobs. Those shouldn't be the only revenue stream in your business. There's repair work you can do. There's extended warranties you can sell. There's maintenance services you can provide, gutter cleaning, blowing leaves off in the fall, whatever the case may be. Like, you can have these other revenue streams coming in, but maybe don't rely just on insurance jobs. Now, you may be in a market like DFW where nobody pays cash for a roof, so insurance jobs are pretty much all you got because we get storms so often. But it's not that way all over the country. Just be mindful of where you're at. But there should be other revenue channels involved in your business. Another thing you can do is keeping your cash reserves healthy, which is kind of a fundamental rule in business, but it can be hard in our industry, but it's still a sound principle to follow. Now, these reserves can be a lifesaver during lean periods when insurance checks are taking a really long time to come in, or you have a slowdown in sales like we talked about a minute ago. But it's really important to have some cash reserves to at least be able to pay your immediate bills if something happens. Another thing you can do is responsibly manage your credit line at your supplier. You shouldn't necessarily be using your credit line for every job, and if you do, you need to make sure you're paying those things off as soon as possible. It's critical if you're gonna use the credit line, because they only usually give you net 30, and that's not a very long time when you're waiting on checks to come in. Make sure you're not maxing out your credit lines and that you're paying them off in a very short amount of time, because that's really where you get in trouble. So you may be watching this and kind of be thinking, well, that's all fine and dandy, it sounds great, but I'm kind of up against it right now. So how the hell do I right the ship, Matt? Credit lines are impossible to get right now. Loans are the same. Merchant cash advances should be illegal, so please don't go that route. I'll make a whole video on that. This, my friends, is the reason I started SquareDash. We are the only tech-enabled solution that can fix your cash flow immediately, get you the funding to pay cash for your materials, and never worry about Peter or Paul again. You literally just upload an approved insurance scope, send a payment link to the customer, and as soon as they pay their deductible, we put the claims proceeds in your bank account. No credit checks, no applications, no handing your customer off to a third-party financial services company, just simple and fast cash to run your business. If you can upload a PDF, click the send button, you can unlock your cash flow like starting today. There's a link in the description. You can always just go to squaredash.com and click any of the buttons on the screen and you can learn more or set up a live demo with one of our team members. No pressure, we'll show you how it works. We're here when you need us. So to all the roofing contractors out there, remember, running a roofing business involves more than just top quality work on the rooftops. It demands sound financial management, planning for the future, and preparing for the unexpected. With careful strategic planning and using the right tools, like SquareDash, your business can stand strong no matter what financial storms come your way. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share it. I appreciate you watching, and we will see you next time.